It's time for the greatest athleticism you've ever seen in your life. The professionals are quaking in their boots. With the many videos out there of people that excel in their sport, there's a series, as it is now time to Watch Me Suck at Bowling!
Welcome to Game 3 of 4 for the month of May 2020's edition of Watch Me Suck at Bowling. Unfortunately, we are still at COVID lanes. Fortunately, still healthy enough to be out in public on the public Candlepin floor. And of course, we're bowling on lane number 19. So how are we going to do this time? We're going to find out pretty soon as I talk over some loud music and let you know that Watch Me Suck at Bowling is proud to sponsor the hit Candlepin TV show King of the Palace whenever it gets back. Go and type in King of the Palace in the YouTube search bar and watch your heart's content. If you like what you see, go to youtube.com/newpalacelanes. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. See new videos as they come along. And now, while we're waiting for things to be better, time for some more driveway bowling and that magical grate that could make or break things. Game 3, frame 1, ball 1. Let's hopefully this time no surprise, no records or issues. Ball 2. Fortunately, I didn't miss anything in the second game. Ball 3. Completely the wrong way. We start with a 7. And for those of you who like the pin setters, there's a slight breeze, and that's about as bad as it's going to get today. For those of you who like the pin setters, here's the GF2 in action. Frame 2, ball 1. Ball 2, again almost zero wind, but robbed. New Palace right. Stayed on the lane for a spare.
So far, we are off to a pretty good start. We have a 7 and 1, which is a bit rough. But then we got a spare to make up for that. So far, we have a 17 with El Stinko, the bonus ball to come.
Frame 3, ball 1, El Stinko, the bonus ball. What will the bonus be? Well, I don't know if anything hit it, but under ICBA rules, fair delivery, pin falls on its own, it counts as good. 8 fill. Ball 2. It's not a perfectly smooth masonite surface. It warps slightly in the sun. And somebody mentioned, why not take a cutout and mark little X's to put the pins on the pavement? Unless the driveway was a really near perfect finish, the pins don't really stand up very well on it. They stand up much better on the masonite, even if there is a slight warp. Screwed. Ball 3. Could have been a wish ball 2 moment, but had to throw it slow so it would hit. That's a 9. Frame 4, ball 1. Again, I think I messed up the score. Didn't pay attention to the fill again. I think I got it right. Like I say, the video on Single Player Watch Me Suck at Bowling determines the final outcome, so I could be way off. I don't care. Ball 2. Because in post-production, that's where everything's made official.
Sammy, come on, quick!
Ball 3, about as perfect a shot as you're gonna get, and apparently this moved a little bit. Better, I guess.
Just do it quick, now!
Fair wood, 10.
Let's go.
Those 2 frames weren't all that bad. We got a 9 and 3 with a pin magically falling on its own, and a 10 and 4, 44.
Frame 5, ball 1. It's harder to score because, as you've seen, the scorecard's on the pin plate, and I'm paying attention to other things that happen after the bonus ball. It's a lot harder to maintain that mental picture. This is why I let other people score when I play with other people, because I'm terrible at scoring. Frame 5, ball 1.
Okay, so...
One's longer. Ball 2. Ball 3. Well, here's what it is, another 9. Frame 6, ball 1, I believe. I always lose track.
Go.
You should be fine where you are. Okay. Ball 2, and again, because the scorecard's up there, I lose track of frame count too. Ball 3. The manager's got to do something about these kids riding in a bowling alley. And that's an 8.
Those 2 frames are okay. We got a 9 and 5 and an 8 and 6. So far we got a 61. You might notice some slight jump cuts. That's because, due to the laws in New York State, children's faces cannot appear in a video unless it's made for kids. And because of that, you might see some random jump cuts. So with that being said, let's continue.
Okay, let's get out now.
Frame 7, ball 1. Ball 2.
Hit the bell button. I'm trying to get him more subscribers.
Ball 3. And, ooh, kingpin remains for 9. Frame 8, ball 1.
Bye, you guys. Oh, sorry.
Ball 2. I have to cut some stuff out. 3.
Bobby, are you gonna get slushy stuff? Yeah. Just make sure mine.
And a 9.
Those two frames are alright. We got a pair of 9s in 7 and 8. We are at a 79. Again, not that bad for driveway bowling.
Frame 9, ball 1. Yeah, I might have to edit a lot of stuff out because kids were pandering to the camera, and YouTube law, no, federal law does not allow kids on camera if they're not the intended target. Thank you, New York. Although some of that I would have edited out anyway. They're nice kids. I feel bad for them. Ball 2. What I'm trying to say is YouTube does not allow kids in videos that are not targeted for kids, and these are not targeted for kids. So I'm going to try my best to edit a lot of that stuff out. Like I said, great kids, and they were just trying to be helpful. I had to let them know. Don't. Thank you, New York. Ball 3. Oh, the wood hurts. 9er. Kingpin remains. Last frame, ball 1. So if the editing appears jerky, that's why, because the kids wanted to use the whole driveway, which I said, you know, in between throws, feel free to cross. I think making the joke about them riding bikes on the lanes probably made them, you know, camera struck. So if there's any oddball editing, you know, thanks to New York, common sense can't exist. Ball 2. That is what I can edit out of it. Last ball. And game 3 ends with an 8. Nice audience, but legal issues. Thank you, New York, for not using common sense. Anyway, again, late 19, we all know that. We got ourselves a 95, if you can see it. The worst thing that happened there was the 7. Now, of course, all scores are final once I put it in post-production because the scorecard's over here and things disappear from memory pretty easily. And that's game 3 of 4 from COVID Lanes for the month of May. Georgia 551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one.